So, I thought I record a little video for our friends down the way there at old Steve Biko and the medical sector of South Africa. As more and more of you people now get involved in my life. Okay? Look, I don't want a war with you. Okay? I don't. I've got better things to do with my life. Right? I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to know you. And I don't want to destroy your life or have any. I don't have some vendetta against you. I've got hard feelings, but that's about it. Because I know how to work on my issues. Unlike most of you. Okay? My opinion of you is not very high. Because it's not very high. I'm allowed that opinion. I think most of you are con artists at best. You don't understand a human being. You don't even understand yourself. What you've really done is you've confused yourself with a whole bunch of knowledge, book knowledge. And now you think you know something. And that became a stumbling block for you. That thinking that you know something. Okay? I've watched so many of you psychologists here in South Africa and how you walk around in those hospitals and institutions with either a notepad or something, you know. You've got to have something to make you look good. Even the way you dress, you know. But I feel your energy. I feel how you know who you are. You know you walk around there and you're actually fucking stupid. You know a bit of stuff. You know how to cook a book. You know how to cook a recipe up inside someone's body. Turn them into a factory. That's what you know. You know some chemistry. You know a little bit of psychology, but that's about it. But not enough to make you an efficient physician. You know that on some level, you will never be a doctor. You're just not that, or a dentist, or a surgeon, etc., etc. You will never be that. You know that the psychobabble that you spew every day is textbook crap, in most cases. You know that if you've done some research or you've been in the game for a little while, that a lot of this stuff is side effects of the chemicals that they prescribed to those test subjects. And you can do that. You manage. You give this pull, and then you can start to juggle around for the next. Like I said, you create gold mines out of people. That's what you do. You manage this side effect by giving him that pull, and then you give that pull to manage that side effect, and you can base it on that, which is not you doing much at all. You're playing some science. You don't really accurately identify anything in that person's life, like a root emotional core belief. What core beliefs do you work with? Huh? You don't. You can't even accurately identify your own identity, your own core beliefs. Very few of you, and most of those people are well over 60. So it's not them or their or their studies, it's life's experience that's taught them how to do that. You sit there and you can't really find out much about your patient. You know why? South African psychology sector. Because you ask the same textbook shit all the time. You've parrot fashioned it so much it's become a neural pathway, entrenched pathway. So no matter how you dress it up, your basic structure of your paragraphs will be the same. You know that. It comes across as well. You can't really hide it. It's nauseating. Because that's not medicine. That's like what I do with tarot cards. You're reading somebody's future. In a big way, you are. Because you have a good idea too you do study enough to know the chemicals, somewhat. Although you can never really know them, can you? You can only know about them, actually. That is actually closer to the truth. Because you would need to go through the process of ingesting those chemicals and experiencing it to be able to say that you know it. See, that's another one of your tricks. You like to play with words. The truth is, I wouldn't know it, I'd know about it. So again, everything that you start to prescribe when you drill down into what that really means is you prescribe based on theory. Everything is an emotionless formula worked out for you, spoon-fed to you in whatever university you go to, and then you can relax for the rest of your life in some sort of way in a nice hospital that makes you feel like a doctor when you're not. I mean, you can't cure shit. You know that, right? But you would know that probably as a psychologist. You can't cure anything. It's a completely counterproductive sector that should not exist. That's the truth. Why do you exist? To do what? Manage disease. How? Manage conditions. That who? Who has these conditions? The only way I have that condition is in your world. Your pseudo-psychobabble world. Show me what parts of my brain are infected that give me ADHD. Come. Show me how. Show me the chemical imbalance in my brain that you told me I had. The only chemical imbalance I have in my body is because of you. How about that? How do you diagnose a child with methylphenidate? Logically, that's your reasoning. That should tell me everything about your type of physician. If you would give speed, pharmaceutical amphetamine to a child and then diagnose him with ADD, how does that work? That's a con, my friends. Say hello to a trick that like a gypsy would pull on someone. That's a con. You're con artists. You walk around there and your confidence is not that of a doctor. You know it. And I know it too, because I can feel energy. Because I took it so far past your little psychobabble bullshit. It's like John Edwards' Meet the Dead. You work it out. But it's all preset. You've said it 100 million times before. You've practiced it in your mirror at college. That's not medicine, fools. That's a con. You've learned how to pull a con on people. What are core beliefs? Do you fools even know what a core belief is? What forms a person's identity? How do you go back into the formative years of that person's life and start to treat the ailments that they have as a result of that? Do you do that? No. You wouldn't even begin to know how. You can know all the parts of the brain. It's not about that. You don't understand humans. I feel all your energy and you sit there and you're disconnected. A lot of you use your patience as a reason to justify that your life's okay. But you secretly don't tell anybody. A lot of you feel guilty even for riding out the whole lauding your position as a physician over someone else. Wanting to be the big guy in the room. Because your doctors do it too. It's very off-putting. A real physician that's confident in who he is not going to do that. A lot of these people, a lot of women, love the whole Harvey Specter thing. Right? Harvey Specter is a joke. That's the exact problem men have today. It was epitomized in the character of Harvey Specter. Everything that Harvey Specter is based on something that he's stolen from someone else. You can never speak to Mr. Harvey Specter because Mr. Harvey Specter is always living a role, a scripted role that he learned as a child that makes him feel okay and confident. Because he can't live life if he doesn't feel that way. He just can't handle it. He has to be the dominant force in everything. Even on a subconscious level. Makes you want to throw up a little bit in your mouth. He's rehearsed the ability to speak English and likes to put words and sentences together in a very demeaning, condescending way. And again, he draws legitimacy from the fact that he can lord his position of manliness over someone else. Again, oozing with insecurity, spitefulness, narcissism. Right? These type of men are toxic. They are not good men. As bitchy and whiny as his counterpart, Lewis, was, he wore his heart on his sleeve and he was real. Yes, he was two-faced, blah, blah, blah. He was real. And genuine. And that's why Harvey couldn't stand him. Even if Lewis stood there with his mouth shut, you can't be in the presence of Lewis. Because Lewis would just irk someone like Harvey. Because you can feel it. And it shows you up for who you are. Again, you take a look at all the women around Harvey. What are they really going for? They're going for the image. And yet again, what is the image? The image is a marketing campaign that was put out into the world. The camel man, the camel man, that rough, rugged man that's now more refined and got a suit on. He's evolved a bit. It's programmed into you. You're not going for Harvey at all. You're following a programming that's within you to go for a specific profile. It got so bad in Harvey's life that he went and crossed the line to employ somebody that didn't have a license, so that just naturally being around him would make you feel superior. And he could play the role of God in this person's life. After taking an oath to uphold certain things, shows and speaks volumes about your character. That's wishy-washy to me. Not solid macho man. Sorry, it's not. It's wishy-washy. Insecure, codependent, needy. Issues and baggage. It's not the best life, is it? Mr. Harvey Specter. Slick Rick. And that's what he comes across as, actually. Is a, slick car salesman with greasy hair. Always got to have the last word. Always got to have the last say. Got to sound smarter than you, cleverer than you, funnier than you, more bravado than you, more alpha male than you. And it comes across. It's needy. Very needy, engaging with someone like that. And they expect you to just bow to that and just allow them to project all of that onto you. And hey, bro, God help you if you try to criticize someone like that or point something out. Hoo, boy. Then you see the walls go up and the defenses go down, boy. Like a ton of bricks. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Noise, 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 noise. As they beat their chest like an ape. This is what he does. That's the old model, bro. There's nothing nice about that. Okay? When I want to see that, I usually go and put on Fight Club or I go to the movies and I watch an actor that's paid to be like that. To walk into the room and be the man. All the different sponsorship deals and this and that. You know, that I can understand. You know, who is it? Connor something, the boxer. You know, and he stands there and he's all bravado on stage. That I can understand. You give law a bad name as well. You give law a bad name because it's not nice character traits that you possess there. Vanity, pride, boastfulness, envy, jealousy, insecurities, fear of lack. It's attention seeking too. Learn how to be the man for you, not needing everything else and everyone else to drain them so that you can feel better because you can't do it for yourself. Then imagine how many court cases you'll win.